Terry Silver has made his first modern-day appearance on Cobra Kai through the new teaser trailer for Season 4. I'm Ken Cole, and I am super excited that we finally get to see Terry Silver again after so many years. And what I want to do today is take a really in-depth look at this promo to see if there's any information in it that we can use to determine how Terry might appear in the series, what characteristics he has, and what we could expect to see from Terry Silver in Season 4. Now, if you haven't seen them, check out my previous videos on Terry Silver where I go into a lot of detail about the character, why he's such an amazing character, and also how he's appeared in Cobra Kai and the entire timeline up until now. So let's go ahead and watch this amazing promo again together, and then I'll catch you up on the flip side. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about. Now, the first thing that pops out to me is the lighting. We have this very stark figure, this outline, this figure in silhouette. So we can't see who it is. We don't know who it is. There really is almost nothing defining about that figure. And this figure is enshrouded in this hazy, diffuse lighting. So it's almost like he's in a fog, which is exactly perfect for Terry Silver because he's someone who likes to operate in the shadows. He doesn't like to reveal to people his true intentions and who he really is. So this is the type of shot I think Terry Silver would really like. There's someone there, you don't know who it is, and you don't know what he's up to. The whole mood of the lighting points to the possibility that maybe Terry knows a lot more about the events of Cobra Kai than anyone knows, even Kreese. He's very mysterious. You don't know quite what he's up to, and I think the lighting does a really good job of showing that. The next aspect of the lighting is that you have this single light that's above his head. And that, to me, indicates that this could be on a stage or at a major sporting event. That's the type of lighting you'd see, a strong overhead light that almost seems to communicate to the audience that the real show is starting. This is an event, pay attention, this is big. Another thing you'll notice is if you look at the silhouette, you can see that Terry's wearing a suit. So this means that he still has a sense of style and fashion. You know, this also probably indicates that he still has money, that he's still rich, which will be interesting because that means he has probably limitless resources to torment his enemies going forward in Cobra Kai. And another thing we can see, especially as he moves his head around, is that he has gray hair, silver hair now. With a ponytail, he still has that ponytail. So we know that that may be related to the ponytail character we saw in the flashbacks in Season 3. But overall, it's such an iconic part of his character. I'm so glad they kept it around. And I am glad that Terry Silver now has a silver ponytail. I was kind of always hoping that would happen. Now, another thing that hits me is that he is standing with his back to the camera. And if you remember back in Karate Kid 3, Thomas Ian Griffith did such a great job with physicality for the character. And one of the things that this character tended to do was, almost as a power play physically, he would turn his back to someone. You know, the scene where Daniel comes in and sees Terry training, but he keeps his back to Daniel. Another moment when Daniel is laying into the dummy with the Quicksilver method and he doesn't want to do it, Terry gets upset and he basically says,
"You want to get beaten because of a little pain, be my guest. I can't be a part of that. I make wimps into winners, not the other way around."
And he walks away and he turns his back to Daniel. And that's effective. It convinces Daniel to lay into the dummy. Also the moment when Daniel says,
"Excuse me, Mr. Silver, you can't make me do something I don't want to do."
Terry Silver starts laughing and turns his back to Daniel.
Danny.
So it's interesting. It's like it's a sign of anger, disgust, or disrespect, or a power play. So I think that's very interesting that that physicality is used in this trailer. Another thing you'll notice is that in the trailer, you see his physicality, you see him roll his neck, which to me indicates that this is not someone who's gotten older and inactive. Terry Silver is still very active and an athlete. It's almost like he's stretching and warming up for a fight. So I would expect to see Terry Silver get physical and fight in the future in the Cobra Kai series.
Man can't stand, he can't fight.
Okay, so the lines we hear, the first 3 lines are the famous steps of the Quicksilver method. And we hear them, and the audio is from Karate Kid 3.
Man can't stand, he can't fight. A man can't breathe, he can't fight. man can't see, he can't fight.
So what does this mean? This could be a callback to Karate Kid 3, so we know who this is. It's kind of like an indication of who this is, but this could also foreshadow season 4 or any future season where Terry Silver comes back and brings back the Quicksilver method or a new version of the Quicksilver method. So this promo might be directly indicating that we may see a return of the Quicksilver method. Regardless, it means that Terry has probably the most brutal philosophy of Cobra Kai, and we're going to probably see that going forward, not only against Terry's enemies, but also if Terry is training students, he'll probably teach this brutality.
Man can't stand, he can't fight. A man can't breathe, he can't fight. A man can't see, he can't fight.
Okay, so these first 3 lines from the Quicksilver method, the audio comes right from Karate Kid 3. So those are the lines we all know and love from the movie Karate Kid 3. There's a 4th line, and that is one of Terry's sayings.
Extreme situations require extreme measures.
Now this is interesting because this line is new. This recording of it is new. Not only is the audio quality better than the others, but the reading is different. So let me show you what I mean. So watch the old line in Karate Kid 3, and I want you to pay attention to the inflection of how the line is said, especially on the word measures. Okay, so we'll watch the clip from Karate Kid 3, and you'll notice the inflection goes up.
Extreme situations require extreme measures.
Okay, now let's listen to the new line, and you'll notice that when we get to measures, the inflection goes down.
Extreme situations require extreme measures.
So this is a newly recorded line, either just for this promo, for this teaser trailer, or this is a line that will appear in season 4 of Cobra Kai. Then we see that Terry turns his head and reveals himself just briefly. And really, this is what the character's all about. He's all about deception and manipulation, and at some point, he'll reveal himself to his enemies, his true nature. And he used very similar body language with his head turn when he revealed his true nature to Daniel.
Danny. From the moment you met me, I've been making you do things you didn't want to do.
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about?
Yeah, what?
He also did a similar head move after he had stormed out on Daniel to try and manipulate him into continuing to lay into that dummy. When he was standing back and listening to Daniel, he turned his head the same way. So very iconic movement for Terry Silver. And so I would think this means that we're going to see probably multiple reveals of Terry's true nature to different characters. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that head move in the series as well. And then we hear a little bit of that Terry Silver theme from Bill Conti.
Extreme situations require extreme measures.
And it's such an iconic theme, and I really hope they continue to use that throughout the series because it's the only villain theme that was composed by Bill Conti for all the Karate Kid movies. And then we see the text, "Now the real pain begins," which, if you've seen my previous video, What Terry Silver Wants, we know that one of the things that Terry Silver really wants in life is to cause pain to his enemies.
To experience pain. Pain. Now the real pain begins, Danny boy.
And so that seems to indicate that this season, if you are an enemy of Terry Silver, you are going to experience pain. So what do we know from looking at everything together? Well, it looks like Terry Silver in Cobra Kai going forward is going to be similar to what we saw in Karate Kid 3. He has a lot of those same characteristics. He is going to be in the shadows. He is going to be manipulative. He is going to love dishing out pain. He is athletic. He is rich. He has a sense of style. All of these things are coming together and look to be a great jumping off point for the character in Cobra Kai. What does this mean for the characters? Well, he loves to be deceptive, so I wouldn't be surprised if he used fake personas to try to ingratiate himself to people, to try and trick people. Maybe even hold back information from Kreese. I don't know. Depends how close they are. But I wouldn't be surprised if he knows more about Cobra Kai and what's been going on than Kreese is aware of. But at some point, I think you can look to see him reveal his true nature to various characters. It might be something that the characters realize after they've been hurt through his training, or maybe they have directly experienced pain meant in a malicious sense from him. The only thing I know for sure is that if you're Terry's enemy, you can expect to experience pain. And so whoever his enemies are, I'd say watch out this season. It's going to be interesting to watch. Please let me know what you think. Please leave comments. Let me know if there's something in this trailer that you saw that I missed. I want everyone's opinions. I love hearing what everyone says about all this because we're all such great Terry Silver fans and we're really looking forward to this. It's happy days. Be sure to go check out my other videos if you haven't seen them, including my commercial for Dynatox. And I look forward to seeing you next time.